Well, I guess in secret we all kind of knew he was a girl. Nah, that's... The conspiracy theories were right. Knockout is a woman. Hello guys, Nexus Productions back here with another Nexus review, and not what you were expecting, was it? I bet you were expecting, Blast Wave? And what is product? I got his packaging over there, and I can't see his name. So I'm just going to say it's Blast Wave. Yeah, so I bet you were expecting his review. Nope, I've got something from Japan instead. This is Takara's Transformers Adventure Bloody Knockout. TAV 11 Bloody Knockout, or Decepticon Bloody Knockout. Yeah, I don't know why I have this thing where I got X in the name, but you know. Oh, and look, there's the other packaging I have. So let's dive into this packaging, shall we? The artwork, let's take a look here. Doesn't look much like the show, but looks like a previous show that was made by Japan. Transformers Go, it was called. It had a few characters that looked like the bots from Transformers Prime. Yeah. This is the front of the packaging, obviously. We've got Takara Tomy. Apparently, it's still the 30th anniversary of the Transformers over there, so... Okay, well, they are in a different time zone, so I guess that makes sense. We got Transformers! Total Amigo copying here. Transformers Adventure, Bloody Knockout, written in multiple languages. Others I can't really translate that well. We've got Transformers Channel. Okay. I think that's just like a rough translation. I'm pretty sure it's the app though, so you can get that from iOS or Android. I think this guy will work with the normal app. There's a card by the way. We'll get to you later. Later, Gator. That's hilarious. More stuff that I can't really translate, except for scan and color and recyclable maybe. I feel like I am offending people here. We've got some product shots with some effects, and wow, that just really paints the figure in a whole new light, doesn't it? We got some more poses. We got him transforming right down here, holding his flail weapon. We'll get to that later. Yeah, and the most important part of the packaging is... Oh, come on, do not destroy yourself on me. The most important part of the packaging is Sad Pac-Man! Sad Pac-Man has returned! Well, technically, he never left, but Emgo doesn't do this anymore, so I'm doing it. And I'm gonna do it whenever I can. So do not eat the stuff, because that will make Pac-Man sad, and Pac-Man will hang himself. I'm gonna toss the box now, except I'm not, because it came from Japan. And who knows what kind of bugs I will release onto vehicle mode. Here we have Bloody Knockout. Yeah, Bloody Knockout. If you still don't get the joke from the beginning, you're probably too young. Just assume that I was talking about the paint or the shape of the boat, or maybe just wait until you do get it, then watch the video again. That'd be better. Yeah, I'm laughing at myself because I am such a terrible person. So yes, this is the vehicle mode, and this is of course a repaint, not very much remold, of the Transformers Beast Hunters, Transformers Prime Beast Hunters. Well, Knockout. The original one had a green and kind of the same red color scheme, except that version looked like puke. I mean, the color combination wasn't bad, but Hasbro has a way of screwing up the color combination, as evidence on the original paint job of the figure and on Victorion. So yeah. But yeah, it's a pretty awesome looking vehicle mode. Definitely a lot more angular than the original, which was smoother. I didn't get the original, unfortunately, but, you know, this guy just looks hecka cooler, and he has a much sexier paint job, much more befitting of Knockout, really. I mean, Just look at how gorgeous the silver is, and the gunmetal gray going up the roof truly does fit. Until you come around to the back here, which is this. This is Knockout's weapon. It came with the original figure. If you've seen the review of the original figure, just skip the transformation. I don't know when it'll be, and I'm not Jobby the Hong enough to tell you. But yeah, it just kind of slides on there. I'm pretty sure the original figure had like tabs within these places that would have tabbed into here. So when you put it over like that, then it would have clicked in, and you know, considering he kind of had a gator look to him, it actually fits. Except this guy doesn't look like a gator, and I mean, a way to solve this issue was to make this gunmetal gray, and hey look, it's a Robo-Gator. That would have made sense. That would have looked cool. That would have looked awesome, but unfortunately, no, we got this red bit. I mean, the red is kind of shimmery and nice. It doesn't seem to have a flake finish, but it is kind of swirly. Can't tell with my camera. But one problem it does have is it does scrape. So for the rest of looking at the vehicle mode, yeah, bye-bye. I don't care too much about that anyway, so yeah, while it does roll, there's nothing in the way of the wheels for them to roll, except maybe this plate right here and the head, because the head is spring-loaded because, you know, the activators line gimmick that was in the first wave. Sorry about that, my SD card has run out of space. I had to delete some stuff. Anyway, here's the card. It does roll. Panel sometimes gets in the way. Very nice color scheme, though. I like it, and it just suits the mold much better than the original paint job that Hasbro gave it. And, well, now it's time to talk about the gimmick, which it's kind of really slapped on, but it's slapped on in a way that it doesn't impede the figure. Something with the figures in the RID line is that they always had a molded place where the sticker would go. And if you remove the sticker, then it would look ugly as all heck. But considering that this is a pre-made figure that was not intended for the Robots in the Sky / Takara Adventure line, then just slapping a sticker on it does not change it. So if you want to remove the sticker and replace it with a Replo label, then guess what? Power to you, because you're going to be able to do that, and it's not going to impede the mold at all. And, you know, it kind of sucks considering the place where the sticker usually is the chest, of which this does kind of become. And usually it's like this huge circle just indented into it, and it looks really bad if the sticker is removed. The case does happen to Windblade and Strong Arm. Interesting, I named the females. Yeah, they're just who I can see affected by it, because they have to have a flat surface for it. But this guy, this area right here, was already kind of a flat surface, kind of. It is kind of sloped downwards, so they just slap that on and be like, yeah, that becomes the chest, that'll work. And yeah, it worked. And you know what? I don't mind it. I don't have Repro label stickers, but considering this is a Decepticon, I do see this guy as a Decepticon, unlike last wave, of which he was an Autobot, and I didn't feel like should have been an Autobot. I mean, it's a pre-mold of Bludgeon, so what did you expect? Right. So yeah, this guy fits in absolutely awesome. And take note of the colors here, because it's mostly silver. Secondary color is dark gray, and then there is red for details as well. Up here we've got the headlights are picked out in, wow, that just looks awesome. It looks demonic. This looks like a demon car. Unfortunately, the back is left unpainted, however, I can't really tell what some of this stuff is. Are these headlights? Is that the headlight? Where's the bumper sticker go? It was much easier to tell on the original figure. But while we're back here, let's begin transformation. And transformation begins with the back, because the way this guy works is he's tied together at the back and at this front section. And the way he's tabbed together is that this area here cannot be unlocked without this area here being unlocked. So the transformation must always start at the back, which can sometimes make for some cool animations. I mean, you should always start transforming legs first unless it's a necessity to not, but today you gotta transform legs first. So you start off by pulling apart the back here, and then just wiggling it a bit until, as you can see under here, there is a hook, and it just slides into here. You gotta separate them from that, and that's why you have to have them separate. And then it's on both sides, so separate from that, and then pull down the legs. And then bang, that's already 75%. Don't worry, this transformation gets better. Rotate around these back bits to become the heels. The feet are tabbed into place, so you want to pull them out, rotate them down, pull them out on their hinge, and rotate them down. And now he'll be able to stand. And as you can see, that's literally half the body done in like 3 steps. Don't worry, he does get a bit more complex, and for this next bit, I might be adding a box. I don't know yet. But now let's go to the top section here. So what you want to do is very carefully just disconnect the door from the trunk. It's a very tight tab on mine. I can't tell why. Maybe it's mold degradation, but oh well. So once again, carefully remove the tab, and that's on both sides. At this point, the hood, the roof, and windshield sections should have already been split, and if not, then split them, and then rotate the sections down. Yeah, this is where it gets more complex. Flip these sections around on both sides. And now stop transforming the arms, because now you gotta start transforming the chest. Yeah, there's a lot of that with the chest here. So you want to pull out the crotch place, and in turn, pull out the midsection and push it against these bits to unlock the hood. And then you will be able to bring down the arms, like so, and push them out and around. So that way the wheel is here. So once again, you bring down the arms, and then the wheel on the side come out, and these dangly bits here have to get past all of the hinges and the head, which usually isn't very difficult. And now, here's a part where I am very impressed by. And I mean, man, this torso transformation. I tried to do the meme. I don't know how it went. Was it like this? Never mind. So now what you want to do is obviously bring the hood down. Well, as you're bringing the hood down, you'll have to get the head out of the way. In order to do that, you have to bring up this middle bit, and it's easier if you just rotate this entire bit down. This entire assembly is on 2 hinges, hinge here and hinge right back on this bit, just to make it easier. And then you'll be able to grab this section and kind of, like, it's not that hard to push it down. Once you do push it down, then the head should spring up. It doesn't spring up too well, except when it's on camera, because, you know, Hasbro and Takara have to make us liars, every single reviewer. So now you can kind of see how the torso is going to go. So you then bring down this section, and the waist should peg in that tab there to that slot, like so. Rotate the arms out of the way, except not like that. Okay, let's finish up the arms. Rotate this bit up, and then take the roof, fold it in, flip out the hand first, of course. I don't know why that wasn't shown. Flip out the hand. rotate it so that this hinge goes into that little divot there. And then fold down the roof. Make sure everything's out of the way. Fold down the roof. And then rotate it. Rotate the arm so that's in properly. Make sure that the torso is tabbed on. And here he is, how he's transformed in the box. And what you want to do at the box, that people who put it in the box didn't do, is you enclose the bumper and the grill around, and it'll tab into these two bits. And, ladies and gentlemen, just kidding. Nobody watches this. Here we have Bloody Knockout as soon as you raise the shoulder pads. And another thing you should raise is the bloody camera, which I said I would to do, but yet still didn't do. And it's still too high. Well, that's how things goes. Actually, you're thinner. I'll use you. Much better. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Bloody Knockout. And yes, I am literally using another figure to help review another figure, and oh my god. I still forgot a part of the transformation. Underneath the section, it's easy to see here, but right there you can see a little divot, and that'll just go over the hood section. So you just lift it up, push it over, and then push it down. It will not stay down the first time, but it will click in, and this just helps to hold the torso together, and also helps to bring the headlight boobs together. Yes, the level of maturity in reviewers is extremely good, because, you know, it's always mono boob or hood boob, or it's always boobs. I guess yes, you just can't stop thinking of them when you see figures as good as this guy. You know, Bloody Knockout. I'll stop. Alright. So yes, Bloody Knockout. This figure is pretty good. As you can see, he went from a mostly silver vehicular mode to a mostly gunmetal gray robot mode, with red as the secondary color and silver as a tertiary color, and for some details. And then there's yellow, of course, in very few places. But, you know, considering how dark this guy's meant to be, it fits. As we can see up here on the head, it is different from the original head. It's a bit bulkier, and I do like this head more, as the original head kind of looked strange. I know, screen accurate was so strange. But yeah, I do kind of like this more stylized head better. It just flows with me a lot more. There is not much paint to see here. We've got some red on the chest. Not on the chest, we got some red on the groin, on the kneecaps as well, and, well, yeah, there's literally no other paint revealed in this robot mode besides silver on the face, yellow crest, that, and then the knees. So, on to the bot's transformation. So, on to Bloody Knockout's bloody articulation. And, trust me, you are going to feel extremely good and also extremely disappointed at this articulation. The head is on a ball joint, though it is tight, which is a good thing and also bad. And it's also very limited range as well, because the chin will bump into stuff on the inside here. Nice molding detail, though. None of that's picked out in paint, of course. The arms are on a ball joint. They come out about this far, but, you know, it's a ball joint, meaning that you can also rotate it, and then rotate the arm like this to give the appearance that the arm just went up farther. So, yeah, that's how ball joints work. That's how limb joints work, actually. That's how a human arms work. You don't go up all the way. Eventually, you get to a point where your shoulder just automatically rotates to the point where you're just going like that now. So, I don't know why people are so upset with the spread. I mean, that's kind of normal, really. Because then there's also forward. I will only complain about shoulder articulation if it can't go forward, because then it won't be able to do this. So, there is a bicep swivel here. Stolen meme here. And then the elbows bend disappointingly if you don't want to flex the translucent plastic in the doors. If you, for some reason, don't care about paying another $30 to replace this figure, then go ahead and bend it past that, but you're not going to get far, considering the tension is so high that it will actually push it back out. Now, there is one fix to this, and we'll get after it right after the ball joint in the wrist. Another stolen meme, because every ball joint is also a swivel. There is a ball joint in the legs. Notice how many times it said ball joint. Spread is okay. There is a thigh swivel, of course. Swivel. The knees bent pretty good due to transformation. So, you know, you get that super anime kind of going forward kind of thing. About to knee some mofo in the groin. In the painted groin. This knee is plenty tight. This knee is kind of loose. Well, that's like a roller coaster of emotions there. But luckily, it does have a ball joint up here and then a hinge at the foot. Unfortunately, this heel doesn't move, so you'll be balancing it on this rounded edge here, which, to be honest, isn't that bad for posing. I mean, this guy's really good for posing. He's very stable as well. Look. Not a lot of figures can do that. He's got multiple feet on the ground. So, that is something to be proud of, Bloody Knockout. That's a bloody good thing. Okay. But yes, to the arm fix. So, yeah, they do not bend good. That's probably about... Come on, that's like 15 degrees of motion. Are you kidding me here, Hasbro? Luckily, because of the wrist rotation and the bicep rotation, and the fact that the arm bends backwards better than it bends forwards, you pretty much know where this is going. Swivel the arm around, untab the roof, and then swivel the arm around, and then you have a wonky-looking arm. But it's good for some poses, especially if you need the elbow to go up above 90 degrees, and if like you're taking pictures or animating, then yeah, you can have them like going like this, and it's a very good elbow bend as well. So yeah, that's better, and I mean that looks a lot better on the inside than that. So yeah, well yeah, now you've got the hollow forearms. But you know, if you don't like the hollow forearms, just rotate the bicep back around and rotate the wrist, and look. Now it looks like how it did in the show, even though this guy's no longer going for show accuracy. Also notice that there is no waist rotation, but, you know, with the transformation, that's understandable. I mean, come on. All of that hood condenses like this. Yeah. This guy makes Bumblebee jealous. So that's it for articulation. Let's get on to size comparison time. Speaking of the recently deceased, here is Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Bumblebee, and they're okay in height terms. Bumblebee, however, is adjustable with these double knees, and that's why he will always be one of the best Deluxe Bumblebees, because, you know, look, now they're in scale, and guess what? Deluxe Barricade, that just came out, they're going to be in pretty good scale, too, because of these magnificently adjustable feet. Praise these feet. So yeah, that was next to a movie deluxe. Here he is next to a modern deluxe, of which he's almost the same height, just a little bit shorter. Speaking of shorter, here he is next to a modern RID figure. Yeah, he's still kind of taller than that. Most deluxes will be a head taller than these RID figures, but this is a prime figure. He was like half of a millimeter shorter, and everyone lost her shit. You know, nobody's complaining too much about the even shorter Robots in Disguise figure because they're cheaper, but the Prime figures, which had amazing transformations, no, they could absolutely not be shorter, because, you know, with all the money, I mean, I had the small vehicle mode too, and oh my goodness, guess what I forgot to do? This completely, totally lame weapon. So yeah, it's a claw. You can pinch this and it'll flex up and down. The way it works is you remove this back handle section and it becomes a mace, and then you're able to grab stuff with it. And you know what, since I have Bumblebee here, let's go ahead and do that. Doesn't grab heads too well, not like Megatron's cannon. So, does grab arms, kind of, and wings as well. And then, you know, it can also be used as a mace. You could totally flail this thing around. And you know what? Let's test the durability of this figure. Seems pretty good. I don't really like this weapon too much. I mean, it's a claw. I guess it's kind of got its novelty rights, and I mean, you can't just reassemble it like this and use it as a big old club. You know, bash people's brains out. Yeah. So, verdict on Blade Knockout. He's a good figure, good mold, good, excellent paint job. I love the color transitions from vehicle to robot mode. The sticker on the chest is completely excusable. And Sad Pac-Man is always nice to see on a packaging. The head is nice. Articulation in the elbows is bad, but as I said before, it can be fixed. And he is really sturdy, so definitely recommend to pick him up, even if he is at that newfangled Transformers The Last Night figure price, because you know what? It's Knockout. He's literally the most sexiest Transformer that has ever come into existence, and this figure completely reflects his sexiness. Yeah, complaints, loose knee, no waist articulation, paint doesn't continue all the way to the back, and then I guess maybe he could have been packaged with a better weapon, but that's on the older mold, which, to be honest, this is not that older mold. Or older paint job. This is the new paint job. That older paint job looked like garbage. I would not pick up that figure, even if I was at gunpoint. So, oh, hang on. Here's a little thing. Look closely enough here, and you'll be able to see that, yeah, those points right there, right R1 and L1, they're molded in. I mean, sandpaper will fix the job, but you know what? Since I've been searching for complaints, it'll be like, so inexcusable, hate this toy, don't buy it, ever. Nah, just kidding, totally buy this thing, he's awesome. And there goes my backdrop, so I guess I'll end the video here. See you guys, stay tuned for the skit.
Knockout. Lord Megatron has recently been injured. I don't know why. He showed up to me in a panic state, and he passed out exhausted. Do you think you could fix him?
Well, Soundwave, of course. I'm the Decepticon medic, of course. With my advanced technology, I can repair any bot. Just bring him in and I'll get him fixed up right away.
Whoa, are you going to hit him with that club? I know where to set the guns, but that's barbaric.
Like, what are you talking about? This is quite clearly a chicken leg. Nuts for brains.
Oh, sorry, Doctor. Anyway, I will bring his body in for you to examine.
Just kidding. I have positively no clue what this thing is. Does, however, make me incredibly top-heavy!